Welcome to Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We've been coming to you live from Mainnet 2023 in New York City. Joining me to close out day one's coverage, we have Rawitz, co-founder of DIMO, to discuss how permissionless blockchain can be applied to all different types of industries. Alex, it's great to have you with us. Welcome to TradeTalks.
Thank you for having me on.
Before we get into that, let's talk about DPIN. What exactly is that, and why is it important to the broader crypto narrative?
DPIN is this new idea that crypto can actually apply to non-financial sectors. So what we're seeing with Helium a few years ago is in the telecom space that you can actually take this permissionless technology, this blockchain technology, and apply it to trillion-dollar industries that have not had any crypto disruption at this point. They did it in telecom, DIMO's working in the auto space, and there's a bunch of other companies that are looking to transform their industries with crypto. The nice part is that brings new users into the world. They're interested in other applications, not just the financial implications of crypto, and new enterprises as well that might have been on the fringe of crypto. They're starting to pick up and pay attention to what's happening in the blockchain world because it can come and disrupt their industry.
All right, now meat space. I think that might be a new term for our audience.
Sure.
What's the deal with that? Is it all about the metaverse?
Meat space is this hilarious term that's come around. We started talking about the metaverse and then people wanted to find like a catchy term to describe the real world again. Like we're just talking about the real world. You'll start to see this meat space term thrown around, but in our view, most people still wake up in the real world, they drive to work in the real world, they have real world problems. And it's not really all about the metaverse. There's a lot of problems to fix in the real world. So for us, we're looking at car ownership. Cars are the second most expensive asset that most people own, and there's so many ways that the auto industry is broken, from the way it protects users on their privacy, from the way that data is handled in the auto industry. We really want to solve those problems.
So practically, if DPIN is about mainstream adoption, how do you teach mainstream about crypto?
Well, we actually have an opinion that is you don't. The crypto industry is really fascinated with this idea that everyone should learn the technology and the ins and outs and how to handle private keys, and you've probably adopted a lot of technology that you didn't learn how it worked. You've used Uber, you don't learn how ride-hailing systems work. You use Netflix, you don't know how video compression works. And we think great products, which crypto can create in many industries, great products should be seamless and easy to use without having to have a blockchain 101.
I think that's such a great point that you make, and as I was going through, it's actually stole that concept a couple times in my interviews, because when you talk about these complex technologies, for us, we understand what's happening here, but if my bank employs blockchain, if I happen to get my own wallet, I don't care. I want to understand what I'm getting into, but I want the experience to be seamless, perhaps somewhat recognizable to what I know with Web 2, but if you don't want to have to think about these things behind the scenes.
You don't want to have to think about them behind the scenes. You want a product that is just making your life better or feels magical to use in some way. And crypto can unlock those things without having to educate every single person on how the blockchain works and how all of the keys work and that sort of thing.
What other industries should we be watching when you think about blockchain and crypto application?
I think that some of the most interesting ones, mobility, and DIMO is one company building in the space, but there's actually several companies that are looking to apply crypto principles to mobility, and energy is another really big one. These are two, energy and moving things around. These are two of the biggest industries in the world, and there's a lot of problems. There's a lot of entrenched infrastructure and entrenched companies that are really moving slowly to change, and we think that we can be a disruptive force, and there are many other companies as well.
So when you say mobility, in what context? Are you talking about infrastructure that needs fixing, like our roads, like trains and all that? Or
yeah, so we're looking at mobility from the automotive perspective. It can include public transit systems, from trains and buses and that sort of thing.
Can you fix New Jersey Transit?
Well, many years, we can maybe have a little impact.
Yeah. All right, well, we appreciate the insight, Alex. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.